Hi guys, and welcome to another Dice Tower preview. We're Randy and Ellen, and today we're taking a look at the card-based battle arena and betting game 7 Fortunes by Alpha Wolf Games. 7 Fortunes plays 2 to 6 people, ages 8 and up, in about 20 to 60 minutes.
In 7 Fortunes, you take on the role of a Greek champion vying for total victory. You will pick from a pool of 35 champions that range from mortals to monsters to even gods. Each round starts off with an interesting blackjack-style minigame called stacking. Build your wealth and buy legendary items along the way to make your path to victory unstoppable. Even if your opponent snatched up that item before you did, you can challenge them to a duel and take it for yourself. 7 Fortunes is a constant up and down game of shifting points from player to player until someone gets just the edge they need and claims victory. The first player to reach 150 victory points by way of relics, epics, glories, money, and hero points is, the winner. You can also win if you're the last player standing.
Setup is nice and easy. Lay out the glory and epic cards in reach of all the players and deal out a set of epic cards and 7 drachmas to each player. Place the dice, tokens, and price board in the center of the table, and that's it. You're ready to pick your champion. Champions come in 3 difficulty levels for beginner, intermediate, and advanced players. After you select your champion, take the corresponding champion strategy card that gives you a suggested strategy for the early, mid, and late game portions of the game.
There are 4 parts to a turn cycle. Part 1 is wagering. You can bet any amount of money in hopes of doubling your money or even better, achieving one of the 4 Olympus wins for even greater riches and hero points. In part 2, you will play a blackjack-style minigame called stacking. All players are dealt 1 card from a deck of cards. This deck of cards is numbered between 1 and 7, with there being more of the lower numbers than the higher. The number 4 cards are actually dual purpose, as they can be used as a 4 or a 1 to give more flexibility. After being dealt their first card, players can decide to be dealt additional cards called hitting. Your goal is to get as close to a total of 7 without going over. The player that is closest to 7 without going over wins. Players are competing against each other for a winning spot. Depending on the number of players, there can actually be multiple winners. Winners get their bets paid out from the bank.
In addition to a standard win, there are 4 automatic wins called Olympus wins. These wins come with a pile of coins and hero points and are achieved with different combinations of a perfect 7 hand. The rarer the win, the more it pays out. In part 3, winnings are dispersed, and any cards that give per turn benefits such as hero points or drachmas are paid out. Part 4 brings us to the actions you can take. You'll take just 1 action per turn.
Actions include buying items, challenging others to a duel, using your card abilities, and summoning epics. When purchasing cards, and every time the card switches hands via a duel, you'll need to pay an increasing amount of drachmas. Some cards will even become more powerful the more they change hands. Glory cards have stay and play abilities. Keep a glory card in your possession to milk it for all it's worth, and when the opportunity strikes, use it for its playability to get the upper hand when you need it most.
Summoning epics is a great way to knock other players down and level out that playing field. These epics are an instant ability, and again, they increase in cost every time they're used. Use them on those in the lead right before they claim victory at the end of the round. There are a number of ways to gather victory points throughout the game. Relics are worth a printed amount of points, but also give bonuses the more relics that you have. Glory cards also give bonuses the more they're collected. Add to that your drachmas and hero points for your total score. If you manage to hold on to 150 points after a complete turn cycle, or if your champion is the last one standing, you win.
All right, all. Remember, this has been a Dice Tower paid preview. All of the components and rules you've seen may not be the final product or design. Keep an eye out on the campaign for any changes that may occur.
Yep, and before we head out, we want to talk about the things we really enjoyed about this game. For me, what stands out is the pace of the game. I love a game with quick turns where everything's moving, and this definitely had that in it. So it's cool.
There is a constant back and forth between victory points. Somebody will get up to 140 victory points, right? And then they'll be kicked down a notch,
He's
like
using-
40 points sometimes.
He's using
or
my
more.
game for an example.
Yeah, it did happen.
It
Yes.
was brutal.
Those item cards, they have that fixed values. They're, sometimes they're around 20 or so points just for the single
Right.
card. Then you start getting a couple. Not only are you getting the points for the card themselves,
Yeah.
you get the bonus points of like 10, 20, 30 bonus points. So that's a ton there.
Yeah.
And if I duel somebody for that card, because, well, one, I want to take those points away from
Yes,
them.
you do.
And two, I want to use the ability for myself.
Right.
It's that back and forth, and everything's always moving.
Yep. And I did really appreciate too, when you get your character card, you have that suggested like timeline card, basically telling you, suggesting
Right.
what to do early, mid, and late game.
And
that was super helpful.
my beginning game on some of my games were just like,
Wasn't a good situation.
yeah,
no.
it was not following the card. Okay, I tried, but I couldn't. But you could still be competitive in the game, right?
Yeah,
It's a suggestion. It's not like a definite
is.
strategy. So don't, some more advanced players, you might not even want to look at that card. You might want to find the strategy
Right,
yourself, but it's
right.
there if you want it, and
I
that's
like
that's
that.
good.
Yeah, I like that in the game. And I did like how it kind of suggested for me what I should buy right away that would work well with Aphrodite, who I was. And
Yeah, and each character has like their own ability, and then
Yeah.
combining those with other items, like some of that synergy is really good there between those character abilities and some of the item cards or glory cards or epic cards that work well together in that
took
synergy.
the words right out of my mouth.
Well, good.
That's all I was going to say.
All right, guys, thank you for joining us again on another Dice Tower paid preview. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye-bye.